Baruch Hashem, and welcome to the Captain's Ready Room. I'm your host, Captain 6K77. We're back after about 3-year hiatus. It's good to be back, and we got some exciting things coming up for everyone. I just want to start by thanking everyone for hanging in there and enjoying. Despite some of those videos being old, I still hear some things periodically and see some comments and so forth. So it's good to be back on the scale modeling show that proves that anyone can build a model. So we have a lot of fun just building these things straight out of the box. Kind of relaxed. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Over the last 3 years, I'll just fill everyone in. I've built a snap kit General Lee, a snap kit Jimmy Johnson number 48 car, and slowly been working on the number 24 rookie car of Chase Elliott. I might feature that in some upcoming shows. However, after about 1.5 years, I'm kind of being a little particular on it because I want to display it a certain way and that kind of thing. So I'm on step 7 of like 35, I think. So it's been some slow progress. Anyway, so I thought what I would do is I'd pick something that to kind of reboot the show here that I think is kind of cool. We have a kit here, the Klingon Bird of Prey, and the USS Grissom. The Bird of Prey has already been done in some other kits, and this actually dates back, I think this is the one that dates back to something called the Adversary set, which was a Romulan Bird of Prey, a Klingon Bird of Prey, and a Ferengi Marauder. So this Grissom, however, is brand new, so I'm pretty excited. I did an internet search. As of the airing of this, there's been only a couple that I could find that have done an out-of-box review and an actual build on this, so I thought it'd be cool to start with this because particularly the Grissom does not have a lot of parts to it. So one of the things I wanted to say on this episode about the Grissom, a couple things. One, a lot of fans are debating with the secondary hull. There's this giant space in between this ship and its design, and a lot of people are trying to figure out how in the world did people get down into this secondary hull. And I've seen some forums where people kind of joke about people beaming back and forth and that sort of thing, because these are very narrow pylons, as you can see. Excuse me. So there's been a lot of debate about that. The other thing is, I remember reading some old technical manuals on this ship, and I had read that it really is only initially equipped with phasers and shielding, so it makes it for a ship that is not meant for battle, which is interesting too. So I don't know how true or how much canon some of that stuff is, but some people believe, back to the secondary hull, some people believe that this hull section is actually a mission pod of some type that kind of can detach and different things come in, and it's purely machinery down there. So the other thing is, with the advent of 4K and Blu-ray and all the remastering, excuse me, we are seeing a lot of designs that I don't remember. A little easier to point here, where you have some coloring in here and some coloring in here that I don't know were necessarily on the original model or not. I'm going to do some looking around. I actually will feature this. Maybe I'll do a review of this book at some point. This is the Shipyards Book. If you look in here, this is the Oberth class, and there's some screenshots of an Oberth class in a couple of these pages. There's one that's kind of messed up. I think that's the Pegasus from where Riker had to make a command decision there in the Next Generation. I think this is from Star Trek 3, where this ship first debuted. And you get a nice little layout here. So anyway, what I use this book for in books like these for is kind of some references to the filming models and screen captures. There's, like I said, there's not a lot in that one, so I might do an internet search because I kind of want to verify some of these markings if they're excuse me, if they're particularly real markings. So you know, there's been a lot of, like I said, a lot of adding in with the remastering and so forth. So all right, so why don't we head in and take a look. We want to keep knife safety in place, so when we do cut the box, you want to make sure that you're cutting, but I'll give you a good look at some of the box art here first before we go into it. That's kind of some side view. You know, it's kind of, this is the new Polar Lights box design, so it's kind of cool. Again, you know, this is kind of the box art, sort of shows you. One thing too about the bird of prey here, it shows you on the back you can display the wings in kind of the attack or cruising mode. Excuse me. What I also like is gives you a little part count here. So it's 31 parts with 2 complete kits. It says molded in color. That's pretty cool. But we'll probably paint this anyway. It is a snap kit as well. So all right, so let's just dive into the actual model. See how I cut away from yourself. You want to be very careful in doing that. We have, get the plastic off and take a look here in the kit itself. We'll get the box cover off, and that's just a quick before we dive into the parts, just to show you they've got some box art kind of underneath. Looks like decals or on here, and maybe some painting, some paint guides on that side too. So, you know, little shot of all that, so that if you want to pause it and check it out. So basically, what we have in here is the bases, which is kind of cool. They're separate bases, so you can display them. We have kind of stuck in there is the clear parts. Looks like I can clearly identify this piece here is from the engine of the bird of prey. Obviously the USS Grissom, you know, there's the pieces to that. So we'll try to take a look at that. And then of course the green is the bird of prey. So we've got that here too. Pretty cool. And let's see what we have here. We've got looks like the decals you can't really see. We'll feature these in a later episode when we're ready to decal. And of course at the very bottom, the must-have assembly instructions. It looks like a pretty straightforward kit. Looks like we start with the bird of prey here on the inside. Just give you a quick kind of view. Not a lot to it, pretty easy. And we've got some USS Grissom parts here. It looks literally like there are 3 steps to the assembly of the Grissom. Now, it's good to have kind of a game plan with some of these kits. You know, I'm kind of dying to build the Grissom, so I'll probably start with that first. But it's good to have a game plan, so when you look at those instructions, you know, there might be some painting or so forth that needs to be done. So what we'll do is we'll probably do some sub-assemblies. You know, I'll probably work on the saucer, and I'll probably get some of the secondary hull assembled first. And then before I put the whole thing together, we'll probably just paint it up and make it look good. So, all right, so that's the out-of-box review. The next step, which we'll do, is to wash these parts and let them dry overnight. It's very good to wash your parts before you get started, because you want to get rid of the mold release and so forth on them, and that sort of thing. And then probably what I'll do, because a lot of these parts are smaller, for handling purposes, I might at the very least prime them while they're still on the trees. And for those of you that are new to the modeling, the trees or the sprues, I've heard them both used. That's these pieces that hold the parts. But I'll probably at least shoot some painting primer on there. Even though it's molded in color, I want to paint it. You should probably always do that because, especially with putting on decals, the water slide decals, you want to make sure that you have a nice glossy, clean surface to slide those decals on without any problems. So that is the kind of the review piece of this. Like I said, I'm going to take this to get the parts washed up and cleaned up, and we'll have them dry overnight, and then when we come back, hopefully the next episode, hopefully not too far away, definitely hoping it's not 3 years, we'll show you how much progress we made on a future update. If you're looking for some quick updates that I tend to throw out there, you can follow me on the Twitter is at Captain6K77. That's at Captain6K77. You can also feel free to comment in the video section or anything like that on the YouTube channel. Kind of in closing, just want to offer something I haven't offered before. If you're in need of prayer or needing someone to pray for you on our prayer list, I am going to put that together, and all you got to do is send me a tweet or a message on the show. So if you're looking for some prayer on anything, whether you're sick or you need healing or you need some hope or whatever, these are rough times. I know out my way where I live, we've had some violence and some different things happen, and so it's a good time. I'm more than happy to add you to our list. Like I said, I'm not going to do it on the show, but I'm certainly in between episodes, and in my own personal time, I will give anyone a prayer if they'd like it. So either to follow the modeling or to do it on the to get a prayer request, please send again to at Captain6K77. Until then, I pray you have a blessed day, and we'll be back next time with hopefully some progress on this kit. Thank you very much. This is Captain 6K77 saying engage.